Hello, this is Christy with Positive X-Ploration, and today I want to continue my series on fear. Last time I talked about doing things afraid. If you really want to reach whatever goal you have, go ahead and start now with a baby step. And if you're afraid, that baby step will make it easier, right? You don't have to do everything all at once. It's less daunting that way. And even if you are a little scared of even starting, the fear's not going to go away until you take the step. In this video, I want to talk about imposter syndrome, which may be the next thing or one of the next things that you will experience on your positive exploration.
Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
Imposter syndrome is kind of like what it sounds like. It is feeling like you are an imposter. You don't belong here, wherever here is. You know, you're doing well in your job or your artistic endeavors. You're writing a book and you're an author, or you have a podcast. Are you really a podcaster? Do you really belong? Do you really belong working in a corporate office? If you've done the work or are doing the work, you belong. Sure, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to say the wrong thing, or you're going to make the wrong judgment call, or you're going to be mistaken about some advice you give. You can correct all those things, and everybody makes mistakes. It doesn't mean they don't belong where they are. You're no more an imposter than anybody else. If your art is selling, if your podcast has listeners, you are not an imposter. And I would argue that even if things haven't taken off yet, let's say you don't have any listeners, let's say you have 10 listeners, let's say your art hasn't been selling, where are you in that stage? Does it mean you're not an artist? Does it mean you're not a podcaster? If you're just starting out, no, that's not what that means. I'm not going to advise you to give up. I'm not going to do it. I'm not giving up, so I'm not going to tell you to give up. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough and that you're not, or that you can't become good enough, I should say. I'll just give myself as an example. Doing YouTube videos has been difficult. I haven't proven to be that good at it. I think it's just because I need this incubation period to learn, and I have learned a lot in the last 3 years doing videos, and I do think that on some occasions things are better. The more thought and more I put into it, I feel like the better it is. You know, there have been some videos that I feel like I just made so that I could have a video I made, and that's a mistake. So this year I've been pretty consistent on my videos, and as far as upload schedule, I'm not one of those people who has the patience to do a long-term project. It's something I've thought about, but I'm not sure that's my style. I'm trying to find my place, but it doesn't mean I don't belong here. I just need to figure more things out. I'm on my learning curve. How do you shed the imposter syndrome? Well, remember the work you've done. Start keeping track of your wins. Keep track of all the positive feedback that you get. Keep track of all the wins. Hey, I created this thing that is useful for people. I figured out this problem. I was the only one. I was a major contributor to this project, or I did this project. This whole baby's mine, and it's complete and it's working. Sometimes it's easy to forget a bunch of stuff. It's easy to forget the good things that you've contributed. I got so down on myself a few years ago that I forgot all the good contributions I had made just a couple of years prior. I do have the ability to be a good public speaker. I spoke in front of the senior leadership and the CEO about a project that I was driving, that I led. I had made major contributions. I spoke up in meetings. I made a difference in the conversations. I stood up for people. When I came out of my fog and remembered that stuff, I'm like, wait a minute. I do have these abilities. In this one place, I'm being treated like I don't have these abilities. But I do have these abilities. So don't get lost in a bad culture and in your own head. You're no imposter. You just have to keep remembering that and keep track of the wins. And a mistake, everyone makes them, not just you. You are so not alone in that. And if you can admit your mistake, even better, because then you'll learn from it and you'll become better for it. If you don't admit your mistake, you're probably going to do it again. You can't fix something that you don't acknowledge is broken, because you're not even going to try. You are where you're supposed to be. You are not an imposter. Everyone makes mistakes. And you have data to prove that you are doing well and that you are good at these skills that you're needing to use. That is all I have for the second installment of my Fear series for October. Thank you for watching.